All right, so my first attempt at this didn't work. Here we've got a spread formation. We see if you take a look here, you're going to have a deep blue defender here, a deep blue defender here, a deep blue defender here, a deep blue defender here. This is a cover 4. And our friend, we're using Ukrainian colors here, I guess is a theme. Mr. Brennan Armstrong, user by Paul, is going to attempt a deep shot here right out the gate because he just got scored on, and so he feels like he needs to retaliate, I suppose. We got a deep out here, a deep out here, a crossing route, or a deep dig, rather. Wow, that's bad. A deep dig route here, and then basically a seam ball here. Now, this is a cover 4 match, and so the way this essentially works is this guy will be matched on receiver 1, this guy on receiver 2, this guy on receiver 2, and this guy on receiver 1 on this side. I mean, 3, 4, however you want to number it. But in reality, this actually should bag this. And what you're going to see is Jesse is going to use this linebacker, and he's going to kind of carry up the seam. He's going to stand there for a second and not be able to get back on the ball. But this guy is going to just carry him all the way up, be in perfect position. And the thing I wanted to highlight here is the need to click on to your interceptions. If you can't click onto this fast enough, what happened here is going to happen to you more often. Somehow he gets this ball off his back foot and just yoinks it. I mean, look at that. I want you to watch that again. Right? Let's see if I can pause it. It goes right over him, right, bam, right into the bucket. That should be an interception, but as you can see, our friend is on this guy down here. You need to click on and yoink that. Yoink. That should be what's going on here. Unfortunately, didn't happen for Jesse, and, well, results in 75 yards, about the other way. Well, 79. Jesse said he was going to fire the guy. So here, and I don't know if this is a highlight video or critique video. I don't really know what it is. But Paul likes this formation here. He likes to come out and there's this really cool, honestly, I don't even know what to call it. It's a corner, like, fade almost. It's interesting. It kind of cuts in and then, like, out. But it's real shallow. It really gets behind certain DBs. And here I think what we're going to see Jesse drop into, I guess I should stay in the blue. I think this is basically going to be a cover 3. And it does get bagged on the backside. And so Paul has a couple of routes over the middle that he's going to end up looking to at the last second here. And this is going to result in a pick. We've got a guy lurking out here in the flat, and he's going to come up and yoink it. But I think what happens here is this guy runs that route, and Paul's looking at that, but late tries to grab this crosser here. And unfortunately, he just sees it too late. It's open for a little bit, and then it gets yoinked by this safety in the flat here. So really watch out for the flats, I guess would just be my advice on this one. I don't have like a bunch of standard advice here, but if you're going to make a read, like he's looking deep, okay, he sees that's covered, says, shoot, all right, throws that. Now, that was a really good play by the flat defender. I wouldn't expect that every time. He's just camping there, and if we just kind of look back, boom. I mean, he's there, but yeah, go through your progressions fast enough and give up on the deep route if it ain't going to work out. All right, here's another important one. I feel bad because the first 3 things have been about Paul, but don't do this. We try to run forward. That's my only comment there. So know what play you call. But again, I'm giving Paul a hard time here. There's not been a lot to critique, so I got to take every advantage, I guess, right? All right, so here we're going to see the dangers of running prevent defense with a lot of time left. Now, I'm not going to say that you shouldn't run prevent defense, but this is exactly what can happen here. He got up beside one. Honestly, he might have been able to score here. We're going to see that puts him in position now, definitely for a field goal, which, can cut the game to a single score. Paul looks like he's going to try to get a second touchdown here if he can grab it. Passing it was smart, but he accidentally forgot to take the play action off. I think he fooled himself into thinking that it was a run, but yeah, that sack there by Jesse obviously sends it to the half, so yeah, worked out. But when you're calling prevent defense, personally, I like the zone. If we go back here 30 seconds and we see what he was able to beat him on was just a simple screen pass or slant. So yeah, if you're playing prevent, I prefer zone. If it's if you got a lot of time left and they can try to get out of bounds, you want to not give up stuff like that. So here we actually have a good play design here. Really likes this backside. It's almost like a corner, but like a post. He really likes that design, and his quarterback just doesn't. This is where, so if you're, Jesse has, I think let's look at this again. Does Jesse QB contain? I don't know if he does or not here. But if he does, what's going to happen here? Paul's got, and I've got the thing up wrong, but he's got this, skinny post thing again. I don't know what to call it. It's not a post. It's not an out. It's a weird thing. He's got it on both sides. And this isn't the play design, but, he's going to roll out, and he's going to try to hit that. Now, Armstrong is not, I guess, good at, throwing on the run, hence the miss, but the guy was open, so with anybody else, he probably is able to hit that. So I do like that design. Now this, let's see offensively what we got here, or defensively. I'm not sure what he's got going on. Probably cover 2 is what it looks like to me right now. And so, okay, so he actually only runs it to the one side with that triangle receiver there. So that deep half does good on that particular deep corner that Paul likes to run there. So I think Jesse has realized that, or Paul has realized that Jesse likes to move outside the pocket. So I think here he contains, I'm going to have to see, it's probably this guy. So he contains here. And you're going to see Jesse try to roll out and around, and he's just going to take a sack. So something to be mindful of while you are on offense is if they're containing you on the edges, easiest thing is to step up, rather than dropping out or back, because that's going to result in a sack. You want to step up into the pocket when you can. Let's see what happens here. Let's see where the contain is coming from. It could be Garrett. Yeah, see, as soon as you start to roll out, you're going to take a sack. That's the way it should work anyways. Doesn't always, but. Alright, now we join Paul here on 4th down. He subbed Fields in, and we have an unfortunate animation here back towards the line of scrimmage. If we look again here, he's just going to come out, taken out. Now the unfortunate thing is here, if we look. So we've got, let's just keep this on the screen if we can. Can I while I run it? I can't. Well, you can see what's happening here. He's actually going to have another guy open here. Watch X. So, unfortunately, if he would have hit the tight end, would have gotten a first there. But that animation, that's just killer. Because he was open. He kind of had it there. Now, Jesse here just got the ball back on that 4th down conversion from Paul. And he's just been in bleeding clock mode now. He actually has been getting better at quarterback. And what he does here, I was a little nervous about, frankly, when I saw it. But, hey, it worked out. I don't know all the other patterns on the field, but he's basically running a drag here. His running back's going to run a wheel, and he's kind of going to follow him out and scramble. I've liked Willis on the run, but he basically makes Paul, as a user, who ends up following Mr. 81 on that drag. He's going to follow him here, and he's going to make him choose between him as a quarterback and here, we'll use red just to make it better. And Paul comes down to hit Willis, and our friend Jesse just boops it right over the top for a first down. Now, I thought Paul might be able to snag that and pick it, and I don't think he did the wrong thing here, but just a good play by Jesse. We'll go ahead and watch that here. If I can get out of that. There we go. Let's watch this. Again, I don't know if this is a highlight reel or a tips reel or what, but yeah, like I actually I liked Paul's decision there, and he just happened to float it right over. I was pretty surprised, I'm not gonna lie. Just like to note here that Paul knows that Jesse has to run the ball now. And I don't know if he spreads his line here or it's just blocking, but you'll see the line push out this way. And whatever zone blitz Paul's running, he just yoinks right through here and smashes Najee in the backfield. If that's Najee, it might be Barkley. I don't know who it is. It's somebody. Yeah, I keep hitting the wrong button. I really like this play. Paul knows he's running it, and he just smashes right up the center. Yeah, he goes right in between two double-team blocks. It must have been a dive. And he just smashed through. Real good play. I did think it was funny. Jesse mentioned here that he thought he should get out of the coach suggestions, which I would agree with. I would agree with. And we'll watch this play. We'll just see what we see here. All right, we're going to give outside and stuff up the middle again. Again, Paul's got a good run defense going here at this point in the game. But Jesse's just bleeding the clock. I think he takes it all the way to the third here, which is just a good example of clock management, honestly. So, we'll fast forward here, and he's just not gonna snap the ball. Jesse knows that Paul can be really explosive, and he just takes it to the quarter. Good heads up play here, even though no play actually happens. So I know field goals aren't exactly a highlight, but Jesse took the points when he could get them. He kicked at least one punt. He might have even punted twice, but he didn't have any turnovers in this game, which I thought was the key here. Normally, Paul's able to take advantage of turnovers, and Jesse just played keep away. I think he took that avenue and that idea from Josh from the game before, but I think he played a clean game and an effective game from a clock management and just taking points when you can get them standpoint. He didn't try to go for 4 or on 4th for 6, there in the red zone. He played a smart game. All right, so I really like Paul's play design here. At this point, he has Fields back in the game. And I will draw on the screen here in a second. So first of all, heads up here. Look, he audibles. Now notice, he audibles so that his receivers that are running the deep routes are crossing. They're going to take some real deep crosses. Maybe not quite that deep, but you get the idea. And he wants them to have as much time as possible against what looks like man coverage here. If you look, it looks like these guys are matched up over top. Although this does look more like a cover 3. He's been running a buck slant, which I think is a cover 3 match. So it's possible that they'll match over the field. We can look that up. But Paul gives as much time as possible to his receivers to hit that deep route. So I like that here, and we'll see why that's effective here in a second. So he blocks both tight ends and only puts 3 guys out on a route and still gets like a 70-yard bomb here, which is smart. He gives himself enough time. He blocks his tight ends. And actually, let's look at that. So look, he blocks his tight ends. I don't think he called a double team, but he blocks his tight ends and then rolls out to the tight end side. So not only does he have those long crossing routes going over to the top, but he's giving himself basically an infinite amount of time to throw the ball here to make sure that it works out for him. So that was a good heads-up play. So Paul just brought this within a score here, and is going to be a little aggressive. And Jesse, he might even get first down here, but he's going to feel real upset at himself for not taking the money that Paul accidentally gave him here. He's got a tight end here on the inside of the bunch that's going to run a corner route, and Paul's actually manned up against him and bites down inside, and that post is wide open for a touchdown, provided that the tight ends fast enough here, and Jesse ends up taking, I don't know who it was, maybe this guy on like an out route. So just an unfortunate miss here for Jesse to put the game away. And actually, Paul has a contain on here, and Willis is still able to get outside of it. But see, you saw number 9 there. Had the ability to go for a touchdown, and just an unfortunate miss there. But hey, he got second in inches, so maybe if you're blaming the clock, that's not the worst idea in the world anyways. And this, he's on second down here. I like Jesse. He's the only one in the world on this franchise calling read options. But hey, I like it. I respect it, and eventually it's going to work. Paul's just really committing run now, and so it's going to be difficult to make happen. But I at least wanted to point that out. And this is the play that sealed it here. Paul's got on 3rd and 4. He's used 2 of his timeouts, and Jesse's got 1 shot here to end this game. And he comes through. That was a real tight pass. Could have been anybody here. But, Jesse managed to sneak out the victory there on that play. Just pounds the rock 3 more times, runs the clock out, and there we are. I know this was a little bit long, but, thought you guys might enjoy it. If there's anything specific you guys want to see or break down, or any ideas or thoughts you guys have on it, let me know. I know these are just random videos, but hopefully they're helpful.